Hello everyone, my name is Amin and in this video I am going to teach you about the difference between AI, ML and DL. Okay, in this video we are trying to understand what is the AI, what is ML and what is DL. Basically this is the second video of this playlist. In our first video we already explained the AI in the brief. So I started the AI with a simple definition. AI is the ability of machine to simulate the intelligent behavior. Means as we are the human, we are the intelligent. Okay, we are performing the intelligent behavior. So suppose we can able to ride a bicycle, we are able to ride a car. The same nowadays our AI machines, suppose like our self-driving car, capable to drive from one place to another place without human. That's meaning that a machine are to be. That means that machine or the car will behave as intelligent. So now let's understand the meaning of ML. ML is not a new topic, guys. It is a subsection of AI. Basically, we use the data in the ML, we use the data to find the pattern. Pattern will help to predict the output. Basically, we use data to learn. Basically, machine learning use the data to learn. So, we have the deep learning. Deep learning is also a separate topic. It is same as ML. Only we use a neural network or deep neural network in the model level. So I'm trying to be explain. So basically already told you we use the data. This is your machine. Machine is learn from the data. Okay. So basically we use a term called model. I use this term model multiple times in the future. Model you can consider as the brain of the machine. Basically model learn from the data or model train itself from the data. When the model is trained, that will capable to predict the output. Predict the output. So now, already told you, machine learning and deep learning almost same. Deep learning use the deep neural network. Okay. Basically, machine learning and deep learning used to predict the output. Generally used to predict the output. What kind of output is possible with the help of machine learning and deep learning? Now suppose we are going to predict the house, price of the house. So we use machine learning and deep learning there. We can also use machine learning and deep learning to predict the weather. We can also use machine learning or deep learning to detect the face, detect the age. Okay, punch in, punch out by the face in the office. That is all possible with the machine learning. So now already covered this section, like we use the data, machine learn from the data which help the prediction. Here we use the term what? Model. So I'm repeating this term again and again because we are going using this term model again and again in the future. Now see, I try to explain with a real example. Here this is the data set of house price. House price. Here this is the size, maybe in the square feet, and the price in lakh or maybe dollar or in the INR. Okay. Basically, if you see, machine learning use data to find a pattern. So basically, I am going to be plot this data in this graph. Here this is your X and this is Y price, and I put the data from X and Y. So here you see when the size is increasing, the price is also increasing. So means this is the pattern you are seeing, or machine learning seeing this pattern. So maybe you can see this is the something like that. When the price is increasing, when the size is increasing, our price is also increasing. So now you see here, we want to predict the price of this. So suppose this is 100, 200, 300 or maybe 380 is there somewhere. So you can easily see if this is the pattern, and means we have some like kind of pattern. So if the 380 price can be somewhere of this, so by using this pattern we can easily predict the price of this size. So guys, I'm not going to be explain more about the mathematical term in the today's video because it will make confusion. Only you have to understand machine learning and deep learning learn from the data. They are trying to find the pattern, and pattern will help to predict the output. Here you see the size is increasing and the price is also increasing. Means price is directly proportional to size here. I have a question. Why we need deep learning, guys? If we already have the machine learning and solve all the problem or predict the output, why we need the deep learning, guys? So basically, when you are going to solve the problem related to the sales data, loan data, and the stock price, means the data we can be displaying in the spreadsheet. So that time our all the machine learning model capable to solve this. But when the data are related to image generation or like image classification, video analysis, audio generation, or related to some natural language like Google translation, language translation or something like that, in that case, our machine learning model or all the traditional machine learning model will fail. That's why we need deep learning. Why the deep learning are so advanced, guys? Because deep learning uses the neural network in the deep level. Okay. So why the what is the neural network? Why this neural network like works so good? Basically, neural networks are inspired by the human brain. Okay. If you are like from little bit know about some biology, so we have in the brain we have the neurons which is looks similar to like that. This is single neuron. The other neuron are connected to this neuron, and in our brain we are transfer the data from one neuron to another neuron. Same, we are trying to create a artificial neural network in the deep learning which solve the complex problem. Here is this single dot is your one neuron. In the machine learning will call, or in the AI world is called neurons. Okay, and this is the a layer of neurons. A layer of neurons. That's why it is called the deep neural network. It is also called deep neural network. It is also called ANN, artificial neural network, because it is inspired by the human brain. That's why I use the term ANN also. Let's understand how the ANN works or deep learning works and how this solve the problem, the complex problem. Suppose I'm going to solve a problem to find or detect a face in an image. Okay. So basically, already told you in the deep learning and the neural network, we are using the layers, and this layer has a big roles. Okay. Every layer has a separate role, not like jumping from this image to the output, but we are passing the data in the chunks in the layer wise. You can see, if you see this data in the first layer, our neurons can solve the detects edges problem. Means in the first layer we are going to detect all the edges. In the second layer, means if you have all the edges, we can try to find what is the shape. So we detect the shape. When we have shape, we detect the eyes, which shape is eye, which shape is nose, and that way we detect the full face. Okay. And now if you think very complex problem in a one way, one single like shot, you can see that it's very difficult to detect the face. But if you see the problem in a layer wise, same as the neural network, this will solve this problem layer by layer, and the final you can easily predict this image has a face or not. Okay. So this is a way that our neural network or deep neural network or deep learning can solve the complex problem. Why this is very popular nowadays? Because our neural network or deep learning find the pattern automatically, same as by this example. It also work well with image, audio, video, and text. Already told you, if you have the data which is unstructured like the image data, video data, text data, that is good for the deep learning. If you see in this image, I've had like layer 1, layer 2, and layer 3 that solve the problem of like image detection, and you can understand why we are using the layer. So if we have like more complex problem, we are not detecting the face, we are detecting this face has going have smiling or not, face has which gender, what gender in this face. So that case we are going to solve by increasing the layer. Okay. Same, if we have more data like during the learning, we get better result. Okay, we get better result. So this is some important points in the deep learning we are going to use in the future when we are starting the coding. Deep learning is not stopped here, guys. Deep learning can capable to solve very advanced problem by increasing their architecture. Very popular architecture is available is CNN and RNN. Basically, when we are solving the problem related to image, video and object detection, we choose the CNN, convolutional neural network. Same if we have data related to sequential data, text data or speech data, that time we use the RN. RN is a recurrent neural network. We use the language translation. We can use RN for the language translation. We use the RN for predict the next word. Okay, it is help to write a story with the help of RN. Okay. The third architecture is very popular architecture, and this is very important for this video because transformer architecture are used in modern generative AI. Yes, guys, the ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, all this like application use a transformer. It's generally used for generating text, understanding the language. Same, the last transformer is diffusion model. Diffusion model is also so very popular nowadays because in the generative AI and generative AI world, we use diffusion model for image generation, such as our Midjourney and Nano Banana and DALL. This is very popular model which help to generate the image. So this is all about the AI, ML and DL. And you can see that this is the complete picture where you can understand what is the role of DL in the AI, what is the difference between ML and DL, why DL is important over the ML for the unstructured data, and also why DL is important with the advanced architecture. Our advanced architecture can apply on the modern generative AI applications such as ChatGPT, Midjourney and others. So this is all about the AI, ML and DL. In the second video, in the next video, we are going to explain the generative AI and I will guide you how the LLM work. Thank you guys to enjoying this video. Just hit the like button and subscribe me, so which will help you to motivate me to record such more content related to AI, related to generative AI and LLM. Thank you guys.